Ever wanted to try self-hypnosis? Well, let's do that. So, hypnosis is basically a induction of a trance state in which you're very suggestible, you're very open to suggestion, and so you can use hypnosis either just to induce trance and to get really relaxed before a meditation or a ritual, or you can use it to imprint things into your subconscious. Now, say you want to imprint something into your subconscious, like you have a bad habit and you want to get rid of it. Well, if you look on YouTube, you'll find there's lots of these self-hypnosis tapes, and perhaps they have one that's tailored exactly for your needs, and it's a good hypnotist, and you listen to that and that'll do the trick. You don't need anything else. But perhaps you want to imprint something, or you want a specific tape tailored for you. And to do this, you're either going to need to do one of two things. Either you're going to have to find a hypnotist and pay them money, which can cost you an awful lot, and it's going to be a lot harder, or you can learn to hypnotize yourself. So, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to hypnotize yourself. So, get a pen and paper handy, or open a notepad document on your computer, and let's get started writing your script. So, first things first, when you refer to yourself in a hypnosis script, you want to refer to yourself as you rather than I. Your brain will react to hearing things from someone else in a different way to hearing them from you, but you can trick your brain by referring to it as you rather than as I. Then it sounds like someone else is talking to you and your brain reacts to it in a better way. So for example, instead of saying I am feeling relaxed, you would say you are feeling relaxed. So let's get on to how you start the script then. So the first thing you want to put in your script, really, in a really good hypnosis, is something that you know to be true. Because by conjoining certain words, you can take something that your brain already knows to be true and then make a later suggestion that it doesn't know to be true and make them equate. In other words, you can make the second suggestion sound to be true just because it knows the first one is. And the way you do this is by using the word and. Say you say, the sky is blue, and you're starting to feel relaxed. Now this actually kind of tricks your brain, and your brain starts to believe the second part because it knows the sky is blue. So when it hears and, it thinks the second part must also be true. So we can start our tape with something like this. Say that you plan to be hypnotized in bed. You want to lay in bed while you're listening to your tape. Well, you can say something like, you are laying down comfortably in your bed, and as you lay there, you start to feel gradually more and more relaxed. If you started to say the part about being relaxed before the part about being in bed, then if you just come out of work or something and you were feeling stressed and you weren't already feeling relaxed, then your brain kind of wouldn't go with it and you'd kind of break immersion and it wouldn't work so well. So it's better to start with something you know to be true. Then add on everything you want to suggest after an and, or a similar conjoining statement that suggests equality. Don't use statements like but, because when you say but after something, your brain assumes it to be the opposite. So if you say, the sky is blue, but you are happy, then your brain takes that as, maybe I'm not happy because I know the sky is blue, so why is the second statement a but? And so use lots of and. Now for the actual language you want to use words and phrases associated with sinking and with release. So an example would be, you are sinking deeper and deeper into your bed, and as your bed supports your weight, you can feel yourself gradually releasing every last bit of tension and becoming more and more relaxed. And believe it or not, just from that you have all that you need to get yourself into the trance state, to get yourself relaxed and suggestible. You can just repeat similar phrases to this. You can say, you're sinking, you're going deeper, you're gradually being lowered down. You can say things like that, and your mind will start to relax as it imagines that sensation of going down into sleep and so on. And you can aid this and make it go faster if you combine it with visualization. So for example, you can say something like, you're sinking deeper and deeper into your bed, and as you do this, you imagine yourself climbing down a set of stairs, each step sending you gradually deeper into relaxation, your mind slowly shutting off and releasing all tension. With each step you become more and more relaxed, you become sleepier, you become drowsier. And when you add this visual component, what your brain does is, as you start to imagine it, your brain correlates the actual movement and the imagining with what you've been told. So you've been told that you're going to be more relaxed with each step. So as you imagine yourself going down the steps, you actually get the relaxation of what the voice is saying, but you also get the added relaxation of what you've been told will happen when you do this. So it kind of doubles the effect and it speeds things up. So now that you know everything you need to know about actually getting relaxed, and you can literally just repeat the stuff I've worked with over several minutes and use different visualizations like climbing down ladders, going down steps, going in an elevator down, stuff like this. Now you need to learn how to imprint things. If you just want it for trance, you just want to get into trance, you just want to relax yourself, then you know all you need to know. But if you want to imprint something on your subconscious, there's a little more that you can do. And there are several different ways of doing this. You can do this with language, first of all. You can make suggestions. And remember the and technique. In other words, say something you know to be true. So if you're already feeling relaxed at this stage, which you should be, because you should lead up to any imprinting with, a good 5-10 minutes of getting relaxed and getting into trance with the earlier stuff. And so at this point you say something like, you feel relaxed and you can feel the bed beneath you, and after that and, you put the thing that you want to imprint. So, say you want to feel more confident, then you can say something like, you are laying here feeling relaxed, and you may start to feel a feeling of confidence welling up inside you, almost like a river trying to burst free. And as this feeling gets stronger, you start to feel it overwhelming your being. You start to feel like all you are is pure confidence. Now you may notice something that I did there. I said, and you may. I didn't just say and, I said, and you may. And using you may or you might is great, because if you don't immediately feel the thing that you're suggesting, it doesn't break the immersion, because you've only suggested it as a possibility. And also, because you've suggested it as a possibility, your mind actually tends to act on it even more. It kind of plays around with the idea and then creates it. So when you said that you might start to feel this feeling of confidence welling up, you actually tend to start to feel it. And then you go further with it, because you suggested it as a might at first, but then you start to say it literally. You start to say, and now you feel this, and now you feel this, because you've already got the initial feeling going, so you can just add to it. And so you add to this feeling, and you build up a strong feeling of whatever the person wants or whatever you want inside you. And then from there, you want to command it to stick in some way. You want to say that, and now you'll carry this feeling through with you into your day. You will feel more confident, and you'll feel more alive and more powerful and strong in your day-to-day life. Something like this, for example. And this is all you really need to imprint something. That's all you really need. But you can go further again. You can combine it with visualization once again. So for example, when we did the welling up of confidence, you could actually tell yourself to visualize the confidence as a ball of bright white light starting in your stomach and growing and growing and growing and kind of engulfing you. And as you visualize it, you could tell them that they start to feel the confidence growing as with the sphere. You could tell them that this sphere of white light represents their confidence, and as it grows, their confidence grows. And as you do this, as you combine it with the visualization, just like it helped with trance, it also helps with imprinting. Now that you know all the basics for hypnosis, all you really need to do now is record yourself a tape. So write yourself a script that will last about, 10-15 minutes, with a good 5 to 10 minutes of that being you getting into trance, and then the last 5 minutes or so being you imprinting over and over whatever you want to imprint there. And then perhaps, a couple of minutes of you just relaxing there before you kind of open your eyes and get up. Now, there's nothing special that you really need to do to end a hypnosis, but what I usually do is I add a bit about imagining myself climbing up, imagining myself getting more in my body, being more in the room, that kind of thing. And then I tell myself that I'll open my eyes and go about my day. Now, for your actual script, once you've got it written down, you should record it on your computer if you have a microphone, and you can use a program that I use for recording these videos, which is called Audacity, and it lets you record audio from your microphone and then save it as an MP3 file. And so if you do that, you can record it, and there you go, you've got your hypnosis track. Now you just need to run the MP3 file when you want to get hypnotized, put some headphones on, lay down, and enjoy. If you have any questions or anything more that you'd like to know about hypnosis, you can just ask them in the comments below. So, I've tried to keep this video as short as possible because I know there's a lot of guides for this stuff out there, but I wanted to give you guys as much information in as little time as possible so that if you don't have much time to watch this, you can still get all the essentials. Now there's a lot more that you can do to make your hypnosis more advanced, more effective and so on, but this video is just the basics. It's just all you need to be able to get into trance and to be able to imprint things on your mind. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you like this and you want more similar content, then remember you can join our community by hitting subscribe. If you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up, and if you want to check out more of our content, there'll be a video link at the end now.